so funny to be here. I grew up cooking here. That was like 30 years ago. Anyway, yeah, we made. Did you like the gnocchi maybe? They were good? Yeah. So, when you use ricotta, when you use conventional ricotta for that recipe, you'll need to drain it because our ricotta is quite dry. You would have noticed that compared to that, and that's because ours is, we hand ladle ours out and we take all the water out of it so that, it comes out naturally because of how we make it. So most ricotta when you buy it in grocery stores, you'll need to put in a colander and a sieve and let it drain away. So we have, I don't know if you guys know Luca in Toronto. Rob's a really good cook. He's doing some great food, but he can't use our ricotta because his nonna spent 2 generations changing all her Italian recipes to wet Canadian ricotta. And so now he can't figure out how to use the real stuff. So it's interesting that Neil's figured that out, but he's still, they've started to play with it, but Rob really struggled with trying to figure out how to work with dry ricotta. So we work with sheep milk. So ours is, ricotta is not technically a cheese actually, it's called a flocculated protein. And it's a bit like making consommé. So when we heat the whey, so we make our cheese and dump the whey in, and you have to be really careful about capturing your whey at the right pH in order to get ricotta. And it has to be between 5.4 and 5.8 pH. So it's tricky with the cheese making. You pull it off and heat it up. We don't add any milk at all to ours, and we just bring our whey up to 183 degrees and then shut the steam off on it. And if you're patient, it's like making consommé. It's like the raft starts at the bottom and it'll coagulate and come up to the top, and you get to hand ladle it off. And in the dairy, it's my favorite job. It's just, it's a favorite thing, and I always love that kind of way of making consommes and that kind of stuff too. We just can't, you can't rush it. Cheese is very different than cooking, and especially cooking with Neil, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but cooking is like this, right? Like cooking is about when the timing needs to go out there, and cheese making is exactly the opposite. Cheese making is about waiting for your milk to tell you what it needs, and then you have to be there for it, and you can't rush it or you screw it up. You can never push too fast or too hard. And then when it's ready, then you've got to really go. But in general, we spend more time waiting for the cheese to come to us than trying to be driven for service. It's a different energy. The idea was it's a good energy to get old in. That's not working out so well. Anyway, but thank you for using it last night, and yeah.
What about, so you use sheep's milk?
We use sheep
milk do you use?
For in the dairy, we work for ricotta. The other one that everybody's looking for is water buffalo right now. But we're really struggling with our water buffalo. We have one herd. I don't know if anybody's from west of Stratford, but we work with a guy named Alex Nuremberg, who's a really good biodynamic farmer. He owns Sunnyview Farm, which is near Kelsey Craig. And if you ever want to go on a road trip, it's really cool. And the water buffalo are great. Now that said, he just had bred his girls. He has a bull named Francis, and so he took the cows away from Francis because they all been bred. And Francis got pissed off, and so Alex went in to have a heart-to-heart with Francis, and he got gored and thrown and almost killed. So he's back, yeah, so he's learned not to.
Don't take the girls away.
Don't try to have man-to-man talks about things like that. So it's, anyway, but they're a really good farm. But we're finding the milk is really hard to work with, and we're having trouble understanding it. So our favorite milk to work with is sheep. We work with goat and cow also, but we're finding water buffalo is incredibly expensive. Your yield isn't that much higher than sheep, and we just don't get any flavor off of it. We're finding it's really so bland almost, but we're wondering whether it's the right milk for us to be using.
Is that because of the feed or the...
I don't think so, because he's on pasture and he's doing all the right things. It just seems like water buffalo in general should be for mozzarella, and that's kind of all, I think. Like we've tried making some blues and some frontinas, and none of them are sort of singing at all, where sheep milk you work with it and it's great. Not raunchy flavors at all, I don't mean it like that, but it gives you something, and goat does too with cow. But yeah, the water buffalo is really bland. So. And we are losing lots of money on it, because your yield is the same as sheep and you pay almost double. So we pay $3.50 a liter instead of $2, and you get the same amount of cheese. So I wonder if it's worth it.
What acids do you use for your ricotta?
For ricotta, we just use it straight out. So we've cultured our cheese and separated it and taken the whey off, and we capture it there. You can make whole milk ricotta using lemon or vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is very different cheese. It's more like a queso fresco.
Yeah.
Yeah, than a ricotta. So, and the thing with real ricotta is it won't melt, right? So that's why you can use it in your gnocchi nudi. Any cheese will melt on you, so you can't substitute it for that recipe.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And then if you guys come back to town, come out and see the dairy. We have windows outside, we do outside tours. It's really hard to let you in. The regulations are pretty intense. But we've got a store there and we're trying to do some cool stuff. We can ever help. Or we're in, you guys from Toronto, we do 30 markets in Toronto in the summer. So we are all over. If we can do anything for you, let me know. Or the other thing is we've talked about doing a wine and cheese tasting next year with Neil, or doing something like that, or some kind of cheese making thing with his classes too, and if that interests you.
So you do the
Well,
wave-fed pork
here,
dinner.
like here.
Ruth, you do the wave-fed pork dinner?
That's right, yeah.
In Pennsylvania? That was great.
It was good, huh? At the dairy?
Cowbell.
So we feed our way to pigs, and he's an Orthodox Mennonite guy. If you check out the website that Nora's been working with us on, we've got a bio on David Martin. He's Orthodox Mennonite, so he farms with horses, and so no GMOs, no antibiotics, no hormones. And it's great pork. It's not Berkshire, it's not Tam, so. But I started to wonder, you know, when you buy a pork chop and it's 55% fat, you sort of wonder whether you really need quite that much fat in your diet. So his are conventional breeds, and I kind of like the ratio of fat to meat, but and they're great. And he's a good farmer. If you can support him too, it would be great. That's really cool.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thanks for using it.